the information. I'm here with my nearest and dearest. I'm having my bros introduce themselves. We already know they always hustling, always working. So they're gonna be in and out, but we're gonna be here all the way. So what's up with y'all?
Sacred Serpent, Sacred Dark Serpent. You already know what it is. We back for the Lunar Mondays. And this is supposed to be something a little spicy, a little bit fun, but I'm excited for it. Journey to the Being is in stores. Paperback is on the way. Two new websites in the mix. But yeah, we always working on something. So let's get to it, family.
Peace, man. It's the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Just got to the crib getting settled in, man. Make sure y'all tap in at the Hood Mystic on Instagram. Got that chocolate stocking stuffer releasing very, very soon once I sit my black ass down.
Not the chocolate stuff and stocking stuffer. That is low to say. Like, try to say that 3 times fast.
Hood, did you say like a stuffing, Santa stuffing? Like a chocolate Santa stuffing, right?
Nah, I think he's talking about the new hood bars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got an assortment of candy bars that we just doing for the holiday season. Psychedelic chocolate bars. That's at a whole nother level of taste and quality. So be sure to follow me on IG to get dibs on that. Got an email coming out very shortly. Like Serpent said, always grinding, always getting to it. Nah, nah, I mean.
Ashe. That's love. Yeah, make sure y'all check out the White Rabbit. And of course, I already got the panel up in the below. Check me out on Instagram, AD_senpai, where you get all my latest content, info on all the stuff and what's going down. But let's drop into this, right? Go ahead, pull up the old Dusty chart, right? But before I pull up the Dusty chart, Serpent. Now, we've been standing on business and we've been doing this for the Discord, but let's really introduce it. So, Serpent said he had a card of the day today, and the card that he got was the 10 of Wands. So, as I pull it up, we're going to break into this card and just being in his energy. So, Serpent, when you pulled this card, bro, what's the first thing that came in your mind? Well, that's the 10 of Swords, but what's the first thing that came in your mind and the imagery that you just had, period?
Due diligence, purpose, sort of like empty time, right? Like sort of like if you are not within your purpose right now, you probably feel lost. That's like the first thing that came up.
Mm, that's fire. Now, before we get into this information, I know a lot of people are just like, whoa, they just came out of nowhere with this. So if you're not been here before with the Discord or the initiates for the flame, we always get into astrology, tarot, mystical studies, metaphysical studies. So we're bringing this to you because we do daily pull-ins to get understand the energy. So I here have this book in front of us, 1,000 tarot spreads. And for people who have tarot decks, you should learn how to use spreads to get reads for yourself, or when you do any other type of divination. And the divination is used through astrology. So learn that as you practice. But for the card of the day, you can use this spread every day to alert what you need to know about the day ahead. If the answer is not clear or it is a particular significant day, add a second card. You may find it useful to note in your tarot journal. So for my people who love to write, the journalers, make sure you got this on standby, because as you journaling, you writing down your conscious thoughts, the shadow work, and also your magical studies. And we track the card of the day constantly, and we always think about, yo, this you might never know when we pull up something on y'all. So when we get into the Ten of Wands, I like how Serpent talked about not being your purpose, because in this card you see the images of Saturn and Sagittarius. Plus, in the wider rate, you see a person carrying overboard amount of wands toward town almost within his reach. He appears to be weighed down by the weight of the wands, but not nearly at his destination. And sometimes when you think about that, we either taking on too many things, or we trying to assume so much and accumulate so much, not realizing that less is more in a way. And two, which is Sagittarius, that's a man, a centaur who is shooting an arrow, shooting his attention, shooting it with a purpose. And a lot of people don't know where to shoot their arrow most of the time.
Or they just shooting it anywhere, just seeing what sticks.
Mm. And plus, the reason why Saturn's popped up, because this is what the planet rules, that decan of the card. So we have to think about, when it comes to Saturn and Sagittarius, learning the discipline and going through the obstacles. But sometimes when we see Saturn, we see it something as this restrainment or being hold at this troublesome loss and karma. But if we embrace the discipline of Saturn, we can be able to give a state of free mind for ourselves and psychological freedom that we're supposed to explore through astrology and tarot, through self-knowing. So if your desire to do something is blocked, make sure you learn how to build faith within yourself. Because 9 times 10, when we think about faith, we never think about the other side of what having faith is, that doubt, that questioning. And when you think about it, you're supposed to have that, because that's what makes you build more faith, more trust, more reassurance. It's like your girl asking you every day, do you love me? She love you so much that she need that reassurance because of that faith.
You're in your own world right now. Go ahead, brother. I love it. Go ahead.
But yeah, but anything you want to add to that, bro, before we push on to the moon and the way the crystal?
Nah,
I just want to talk about the
go ahead, let's jump to it.
card of the day, because it's important.
I mean, talk about it for a second. We don't gotta just jump to it so fast. I was just trying to
Oh,
look
I
at
didn't know you was back, bro. I thought you was.
my fault, Hood. Yeah, I didn't know you was there, bro.
You was back, bro. We thought you was still moving.
No, not necessarily. But I've been here. Give me one second. I was almost to it. I've been referring to the Book of Thoth a lot of times just to get some deep clarity. Aleister Crowley says the Ten of Wands is called oppression. This is what happens when one uses force and nothing else but force all the time. Here looms the dull and heavy planet Saturn, weighing down the fiery, ethereal side of Sagittarius. It brings out all the worst in Sagittarius. See the archer not shooting forth benign rays, but dealing the sharp rain of death. The one has conquered. It has done its work. It has done its work too well. It did not know when to stop. Government has become tyranny. One thinks the Hydra when one reflects that King Charles was beheaded in Whitehall. So to me, I just feel like, the Ten of Wands is just like overbearing, but you doing it to yourself because you don't know when to stop. So it's like that. You ever seen that one meme where it's the little kid and he got a boot on his face, and then you pan out a little further and it's his hand with the boot on there type shit. Like
Mhm.
putting that pressure onto yourself because you don't know when the balance is. So just like a very heavy energy. Even if you look at the right weight, it looks like a nigga is trying to take on the whole entire world. They really don't have to for real. Or why? You might have to ask yourself, why are you trying to carry that load? more or less. And there's some spirituality into it because once you let go of that load, you'll be able to pause too.
Ha!
You'll be able to um, see what Saturn has for you, Sagittarius has for you. But in this, if you look closely at that card in the background, it's a city that this nigga don't even know he right up on the cusp of because he's too busy with his burden. So it would be more or less like, why are you carrying this burden? And then also you carrying this burden and you missing out on the opportunity because you heavy hearted. You don't know when to stop.
Dope synchronicity. Dope synchronicity.
Dope.
So the first one I pulled up was the burden you carry may feel heavy, but it is the weight of your ambitions. And the second one I have is you are stronger than the load you bear. Keep going, but remember it's okay to ask for help. And then carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders doesn't make you a hero. Knowing when to lay it down does. I think that speaks to what you were just talking about, big bro.
I mean, and just plus two, just with that, with the overbearing, it's just like when you realize how many things, like you want to stop like having so much on your plate. It's like you got to let go of some things, cut some things away. Like he gonna have to leave, eventually put some of that stuff down. He can't hold that shit forever. He just can't.
Yeah, accomplishments weighed down by obligations. Celebrate your success, but don't let it imprison you.
Hmm. So I want to give a shout out to all my Virgos out there, Moon or Sun. If you got a Virgo Moon, go ahead, throw a little moon up in the chart, a little flame, a little one or something. But if you're a Virgo, got any questions, go ahead. Shout out to y'all. But I just feel like when it comes to Virgo and understanding that this sign is controlled by Mercury with that Earth energy, you have like a down earth analytical person who like has like a observant eye, where you would think they judge you, but they not. It's just they just so analytical. You feel like they throwing so much shit on you, but within this energy of the moon, I want to focus on having a works, right? Having a duty, a marriage of some sort. Because where this moon is sitting at, is sitting on a particular decan of first. It's the Eight of Cups. I mean, I don't know why I say Eight of Cups, but the Eight of Disc. And when it comes to the Eight of Disc, Prudence itself, we have to think about the underlying works, the duties that we have every day. And this is for the panel and the chat. But do you gentlemen feel like you have a sense of duty? And if you do, how does your sense of duty help you in your life in today?
Honestly, I absolutely do feel like I have a duty and a purpose. I don't think well, I know that there is no such thing as being a man and not having a purpose. Honestly, I believe that those things are symbiotic. They go together. They can't be separated. Um, I view myself as a servant first, outside of um, the leadership of the Most High. But at the same time, I don't believe without my purpose. I don't. Yeah, I definitely don't believe without my purpose that it would be easy for me because this is the easy part for me, having a purpose, having a structured understanding, having people that you care about, that you want to show up for.
Hmm.
Um, I just think that without those things, the existence of the being can end up being very empty. At least that's the way I see it.
So when you say duty, I gotta look up the etymology a lot of times if I'm not all the way clear on what that even means. But the etymology says obligatory service, that which ought to be done, taken from the Latin debutus or Latin debitus, which means to owe, right? Originally, keep something away from someone. So I see that as two different things, like more or less being in a space of duty where you feel like you owe something to somebody or some family member or some reality that you've considered to be valuable, right? You owe these niggas something,
Hmm.
and your duty is to them versus that which ought to be done. And to me, that's always kind of like something that you never really know until it manifests. But then another way that I know is by like how I feel when I'm doing it. If I'm forcing myself through it, I kind of feel like, damn, something is missing. But if I'm like doing something and I feel like this is purposeful, this is valuable, I don't care what the result is, just the act of it. So to me is duty. Just knowing I need to do something and that which ought to be done. And for me, it's always silly shit like folding the clothes or washing the dishes or shit that I don't normally do. That represents my duty. Like shit that like if I can help a person. I don't see nothing that I do for my personal life as a duty. Nothing that like if I'm able to help my kids or help my wife specifically, that's what I feel like my duty is a lot of times.
Hmm. I like that perspective you broke down into, and the reason why I have brought that up because according to the card in this position, right, and along with the Book of Thoth, remember this is Sun and Virgo with this planetary aspect ruling this decan. So the sun enhances everything it touches, and here it energizes Virgo's hard work, ethic, and attention to detail. So in this card, we can see an opportunity for growth into something worthwhile. But according to that from the Book of Thoth, there is strength. There is a strength in doing nothing at all. So sow the seed, sit back, and wait for the harvest. This implies having the patience just to preside over the growth of something without interfering too much and let time take make your investment grow. So correlating with that, when I ask like sense of duty, and I like how you brought the etymology too, because some people probably like really feel that way about it, owing somebody or a sense to a family. But that correlation, what I was sitting on is like, do you have something in your life that that you're working in that gives you that purpose, that you have a sense of duty to do this, right? Because a lot of people don't have something that they're working on every day and constantly that they're building. Some people are just going, just living. Most people are not even building their source of coin. They're just spending because they feel like they don't know what to do with their money. While there's people that's broke and they know what to do with their money, but somehow they're in that situation due to certain things.
Ask somebody what money is. Like what is it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Is it really just the paper that's printed with the dollar signs on it? Like what's the root of it? Like what's the basis of money? A lot of times people can't even understand that concept. But I feel like everybody want money though at the same time. True.
Yeah.
Like, everybody want money, but then you're just like, all right, what is money? People look at you kind of confused. So at a certain point, it's like it's crazy. Like when you talk about certain shit and people look at you like you weird, but it's like you couldn't tell people back in the day about electricity when they ain't never see electricity. Niggas in the ancient world cannot fathom the modern world. If we told them what it was gonna be like, they'd be like, "Nigga, you lying."
Mm,
Same thing with money, right? If you tell motherfuckers like, "Yeah, man, everything gonna be digital," and if you don't got digital money, you gonna be far, far, far behind. You gonna have to start from scratch, or you can get in on it now and be on top. Like you can talk about it in great detail. People still look at you crazy because people haven't even first sat with the thought of what is money, where does it come from, and what does it represent.
mm. That's fire. I like how you brought up that sense too. And if you're not in the Discord, go ahead join. Um, Hood at shared this video on Bitcoin. So make sure you check it out. We got new things coming. We always got something that we're working on with the Discord. So make sure you join the Discord, join the Discord, join the Discord, and get in with it. Get in with me, baby. You know what I'm saying? But not for real, because I feel like that
What was that? Get in with me, babe. What?
yeah,
What?
that's that boss man D-Lo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I ain't hip. I ain't hip.
I was bad in motherfucker school. I was always in detention. Yeah, it's okay, chat. Anyway, so now with this in this phase of the moon, we stepping into the waning crescent, right? And with a waning crescent, what comes to y'all mind before we even think of it, right? Like with the moon phases, because I know it sound kind of goofy, but like intuitively though, right? Because sometimes it's so easy to just try to look into something, but we never like give that time to create a hypothesis within our studies in astrology. And that's the one thing with Lunar Conversations that you want to tend to do, to open up the conversations, to have questions, to formulate questions about particular things so you can research into it. That's what helps develop your studies on astrology.
I'm sorry, big bro. What did you say? I didn't catch the last part.
No, you good. I was basically like asking like the chat and panel about their thoughts on a waning crescent, like before we even brought up the meaning or detail. What does it mean to you, and what do you pretend to do on the waning crescent?
Well, it taps me into like the Muslim idea, the Arabian idea. When you look up any type of symbolism and iconography, they love utilizing the crescent moon. So it ties me into like a Moorish, um, you know how they say the Moors taught Europeans everything type of deal. That's
Yeah,
what I
within the Dark
really,
Ages type thing.
yeah, that's how I look at the crescent moon, the waning crescent. And also, I was bored on the waning gibbous. So another level of it is like you almost there, but you all like you just come to the party a little too late. The bus just passed you. You know what I mean? So it's like now you got to just wait for another bus. You got to kind of just hold your position and prepare for the next time. You know, you just missed it, but you can get it again. That's the nature of the moon and the nature of life.
That's tough.
I'm getting sick and tired of you, hood mister. So, crescent moon. First thing that comes to mind with me is childhood and listening to the 5%ers on the block in Brooklyn. Um, and then I took my shahada. I want to say 20, no, not 20. I apologize. 1998, 1999. Um, so the crescent moon has always been like a sign to me of um resilience, and purpose. I remember seeing the crescent moon on the kufi of Elijah Muhammad. I remember seeing the crescent moon on the kufi for Malcolm. And I just remember the crescent moon always being like a symbol of like notoriety and honor. That's what I think of when I think of the crescent moon.
My fault, I didn't know I was muted.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that was fire, bro. Like, because then, you know, when I think about the waning crescent moon, you know, I never really I had a hard time even understanding it or even seeing symbolism with it. But when I just got into it, I just really went outside, microdosed, and stared at the moon for a trance. You ever did that? Like, just sat on your balcony or your porch, stared at the moon for a trance?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I
I
always.
think that shit trance me, like, you know, staring at it too long, like get tunnel vision and shit. Next thing you know, you lose yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, even the word lunatic deals with the ways of the moon, especially if you get into etymology of it.
Growth, intention, and manifestation.
Lunation, lunate, crescent shape, half moon, luna, lunatic person. So there's always symbolism, correlation to a lot of things. It's just
Hey, AD, let's not forget to say lunatics. I love it when you do that right there. Can't forget about them.
Yeah.
Can't forget about the St. Lunatics.
yeah,
That was a dope time right there. They had the baseball bats and the painted
The
joggers.
band-aids.
Yeah, the band-aids under their eyes. Like, yeah.
Niggas
I
still wear headbands, AD? I
oh
yeah.
don't
yeah,
Oh no, I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
seen a few,
yeah.
especially if they got the dreads or the braids.
Oh man.
That's all they do.
I know they still got them on the basketball court.
Now I'm telling you, St. Louis got some of the most pristine regime in the nation. It's the
Whoa!
Cahokia.
Wait a minute.
That Cahokia strain.
Whoa.
AD
Yeah.
wouldn't know nothing about that though.
Yeah.
You
Nah.
said Cahokia?
He ain't get there yet. He ain't get there yet.
The Cahokia.
He's still with
The
Becky. He's still
Cahokia.
with Becky. Don't make fun of him.
Colonizers.
He's still with Becky. Don't make fun of him.
Colonizer regime on the reg is wild.
We're not making
Man,
this a
you
I
race.
know,
gotta tax a
they say,
colonizer though. You know what I
you know
mean?
what they
Like,
say, man. When you know how to disappoint your ancestors, you just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
man, it's a meme exactly like that. Like, it's revenge for your ancestors being slaves. You gonna take Becky to pound.
What Kendrick? I think Kendrick Lamar had a verse like that too. He was like he was like I wonder if my ancestors gonna be mad at me.
Type shit.
And then also I want to also see the main trine. I mean, the main aspect that we talking about is Moon opposed Neptune. Now, one thing that speaks to this trine, if you want to dive into it with one nice statement, is emotional illusions, man. Like it's so easy to misinterpret something and take it as an attack. And that brings me into some clips we have for y'all. But before we even get into the clips, what's your thoughts on this opposition, right? Because we got basically the Prudence card opposing the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Cups.
So it's like prudence. Prudence is etymology, intelligence, discretion, foresight, practical wisdom to see what is suitable or profitable. So like not wasting time. And indolence is, if you look up the etymology, the indolence, it just means lazy. So, how can you do two things at once? You have a short term of work and a long term of, a bunch of people trying to figure it out. That's the energy for the long term. So now it's just kind of like just getting into a space where you're able today through the night, just figuring out what work you could do that's suitable, that's profitable, and then ultimately, that's going to supercharge that Neptune, which any work, any aspect to Neptune is like an activation.
And also just with Neptune and Pisces, it's gonna be strong here, but at the same time, it's like, can you see through the mist? Can you see through the darkness within your mind? And are you gonna be willing to bring forth something?
I apologize. I was changing rooms. What we on right now?
No, you good, big dog. So we was getting into the opposition of Moon and Neptune, and I was asking everybody thoughts on it because it gets into our correlation with the clips and our two artists who acting out of emotion. You know what I'm saying? And Hood got into it speaking about indolence and prudence, laziness and work.
Oh, I love that word, indolence.
Yeah, because that's what the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups speaks to where Neptune sits at.
Mm-hmm.
And for this aspect, I got a question for the chat. Did you journal today?
Hmm.
And then if you in the Discord, I'm gonna ask this tomorrow, and I'm gonna ask you, did you journal today in the morning? And then later on, I'm gonna ask you in the afternoon, did you journal today? Because I know everybody got stuff going on, and so, and I'm gonna do an evening check because I try to really make sure I journal 2 to 3 times a day, like every day, with twice to 3 times checking in, hitting quotes. Like if I learn, like I just learned something today, I'm gonna write it down later. I wrote it down on a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget. So I'm gonna put it in my journal. That's what I like. That's how I have fun. So
That might be the one thing I didn't get to do today was journal. I'll get to it tonight.
I say. So man, I remember last time when people was talking about Lil Wayne, man. They said Future was smoking his dread because how long his dreads and shit. Man, they say Lil Wayne hair look like Future blunts, bro. Like Lil Wayne hair be going nuts. But let's get into it.
Lil Wayne is trending again for all the wrong reasons. It all started when Kendrick Lamar was announced for the Super Bowl halftime performance instead of Wayne. Drake and Wayne fans couldn't stand to see Kendrick get the nod after Not Like Us dominated 2024. They claimed Wayne deserved it and that he would put on a good show. Well, Wayne is doing a festival right now and the evidence is here. Kendrick was the better choice. I'm a Wayne fan, but have a look.
I mean, that's just one. That's just one thing. I mean, that don't decide for
I mean,
Weezy.
that could have been a meme.
You know what I'm saying? That don't decide for Wanna. You know what I'm saying? But we got more. We gonna keep seeing with the accusations. I don't know. I can understand what they saying just from hearing that, because how much pints of lean did little Tunchi drink all the time? Didn't he have times where he go to the hospital for over a promethazine and shit?
I mean, he had a few trips to the emergency room in which his stomach needed to be pumped, and he had to be put on fluids and ventilators and all kinds of weird shit and seizures. So I'm not sure if there's a direct correlation between those things and the lean.
Well, I know he probably hasn't done in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess though.
Yeah, but that was something like he popped on a lot.
Mm-hmm. And he looked like it.
Yeah, especially to this how he is this day and age. So, and that's crazy. It's an opioid based drink. So, but hey, not to knock or judge Lil Wayne. It's just as a rapper, and when you do these things, you get exposed to stuff. So let's tap into some more.
K-Dot called out Lil Wayne and Snoop Dogg. Wayne responded by, man, I just be chilling and they still come from my head. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction. Not even me.
It wasn't a shot at Lil Wayne. It's the fact that the work that he put in getting the Super Bowl, where he feels as if maybe Wayne wasn't proud that the work that he's put in afforded him the opportunity to get that. I could be wrong.
Somebody was going to be happy. Somebody's going to be disappointed. But we've got to stop this notion, Ocho. Just because the Super Bowl is in your hometown, that automatically moves you to the front of the line. Who else would they go get, Ocho? Frank Sinatra been dead. Sammy Davis Jr. been dead. I mean, you can't have Beyonce do the damn halftime show every year. Beyonce did New Orleans. Beyonce was a part of the Super Bowl 50.
They should let me perform.
They should not.
Oh, Eddie Kane, Ocho.
Okay, Eddie Kane, Ocho. Nah, they're not gonna let you perform.
So, do you think you?
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Man, I would have said anybody come see that bald ass head. But do you think it was extra for Kendrick to do that? To like make a response in his track to say like, I disappointed Wayne. It's basically like J. Cole when he made a song to Nas, like, man, I let Nas down.
Nah, different concept. Those are different. I mean, the same words were being said, but those are two totally different concepts. So, with J. Cole and Nas, like, they really, really mess with each other. You know what I'm saying? And Nas is J. Cole's idol, right? Now, the comparison is the same when you realize that Wayne did serve as sort of an inspiration and a idol for Kendrick, but that's not Kendrick's end all be all. Kendrick's end all be all is Tupac, but he did pay a lot of respect and a lot of homage to Wayne before he got to this point. And so when Wayne went on his little campaign after it was announced that he wasn't getting it, it probably rubbed Kendrick the wrong way, because he was like, if anybody, should get some love from Tunchi, it should have been him, because he always bigged him up, you know what I mean? But it wasn't necessarily returned when he was announced as the next person to do the halftime. I don't know about the relevance of this to why Wayne felt the need to speak out about it, but in all honesty, I don't remember, because I had to ask you earlier, I don't remember the last time Wayne was relevant. And I don't remember him ever being at a point where he was even sober enough to be legible. so to speak. So, I mean, you're talking about football, the biggest stage in the world as far as entertainers and performers is concerned, and the idea of him performing on that stage, that's just weird to me. Like, I've never heard anybody say, damn, that Lil Wayne performance was dope. Never in my life.
I guess it's really some Neptune and Pisces shit. Because when you look up Neptune, and you look up Pisces, it's like escapism, drug usage, this space cadet shit. Lil Wayne say I'm not a human being, and y'all know he known for sipping that lean and shit like that. So when it comes to a person's work ethic, whether you're a legend or a newbie, because when you really talk about Lil Wayne, you talk about a legend. Because it's actually two raps I heard today. Young Thug, when Young Thug first came out, he sounded exactly like Lil Wayne. When Kendrick Lamar came out, his name
Mm-hmm.
was K Dot. He sounded exactly like Lil Wayne. Like you gotta really think about
Mm-hmm.
that. If I'm coming in the game in my whole style, like you can't even figure out me from that nigga that is rapping. That means that Lil Wayne probably the most like you know how many niggas wear dreads now?
Yeah, he might be the most influential rap artist of all time. He's up.
Like
He's up there.
like how many niggas wear dreads? You can't
Billions,
say
billions of niggas.
you can't say that Lil Wayne in America in just the regular cities.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne is the one who motherfucking created that whole swag. And so it to me it's kind of like not giving Prince the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. It really don't make sense, but it must be something about Lil Wayne and his laziness, his Neptune energy, that he's not really in his Virgo energy, where he is doing the thing that is profitable, like having a stage routine. And because they say, like, the way that he put his songs together, it's hard for him to perform it
Mm-hmm.
because he punching in all the time.
Yep. And yeah, I totally agree with that. Just from the simple fact that if we're talking about body of work, if we're talking about impact, and if we're talking about relevance, absolutely, hands down, like it's not even a question. That should be Lil Wayne. But we also talked about this earlier about the last time he was relevant musically was 2010. And since then, this is going to be the third time that they had the Super Bowl in New Orleans. And when he was at the height of his stuff, right? When he was at of his artistry, the Super Bowl didn't want him. So a lot of things went into this where the assumption was that because Jay-Z is in charge of the music for the NFL and the halftime for the NFL, the assumption was with the type of relationship that he had cultivated over the years with Weezy, that it would be a no-brainer pick. However, the way I view this is there's a certain level of responsibility that I don't think people view him as in that light as having. Okay. So it's like he can put out great music. He is a cultural icon. He has been good for a very long time, but it's the dependability part. It's the can I trust that your extracurricular proclivities are not going to interfere with this? And is it something that you really care about? Because again, the last time you were relevant and the last time you were really putting out sufficient efficient rather music was in 2010. And we in 2024, it's been 14 years. And a lot of things have happened to Lil Wayne from 2010 to 2024. So if I put myself for a second in Jay-Z's shoes, I have to weigh all of those things with the type of impact that you are as an artist or that you had as an artist. But I also have to think about the fans, the people that are spending their money, and this contract I got and who I'm working with the NFL, right? Like, because let's say he picked Weezy and Weezy go up there and bomb. Now what? Oh, y'all shouldn't have put Weezy up there anyway.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from a business perspective as opposed to a popularity contest.
Yeah. Plus, it's like at the end of the day, I bet you if Lil Wayne didn't get up there, somebody else is going to say, "I'm surprised Kendrick wouldn't get up there. That did not like us." It's going to be weird if he didn't get up there. Honestly, he supposedly won the beef. As per se. But let's hear Wayne's thoughts about it, man, because he was heartbroken about this shit.
That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown, and for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. It made me feel like not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like you guys reminded me that I ain't without y'all. And that's an amazing reality.
So that's the one thing I like how he gave clarity on. He was like, "Yeah, I put myself in that position, like someone's holding that position. I was going to be in that position." But that's the question I was going to have. Like, what made him think that he was going to even be there? Like, what sparked this combo? You muted, big bro.
There's no way that people in the industry didn't like sort of tell him that he probably was in the running. Like, I'm sure that there was somebody that was just like, "Yo, Weezy, the Super Bowl's in New Orleans, right? Like, that gotta be you, right? That gotta be you." So I'm sure that there were people that were probably close to him or around him or had access to him that might have given him that impression. Or maybe it was somebody that is involved with the NFL that could have, I don't know, gave him that impression. But at the end of the day, the reality of you saying that you were really disappointed by something that do you really feel like that's the stage for you?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Or I won't ask the question and say like, are you capable? But like, is that really the stage for you? Or are you just, reverberating whatever everybody else is saying because, you New Orleans and your folk from New Orleans wanted you to have that? Like, I don't know the answer to these questions. I'm just saying, like, playing devil's advocate, I could see both sides as opposed to his supposed disappointment.
Yeah, I like some of the same things that y'all saying. Like, I feel like he had somebody on the inside that was telling him, "Yeah, it's going to be you. It's going to be you." But if you just look at it like the Lil Louisiana Fest, it's not a good performance. It's not a good show. And I just remember like when he had fell off for like a few years, then he came back performing, and people was just like, "Man, this shit is horrible." You know, he's always had the reputation of being a bad performer because the way that he records music. And when you doing rap songs and you punching in, and then when he performs it, he like say a line, then skip a line, come back, and it's cool if you do it in a club or a small event. But if you're doing the Super Bowl, there's a lot of money in that. That's one of the biggest thing. That's one of the most viewed thing. It's so big that people perform at the Super Bowl for free.
Everybody on Sunday is like watching that. No cap. Everybody's tuned into the Super Bowl. I don't care if you only watch football. You're gonna be posted up somewhere eating, talking about the game. If not, they're chilling. But really, man, I want to see if Lil Wayne can plead the fifth. I mean, that's like clip 2 or 3 of that shit. I mean,
You ever heard that saying, don't meet your heroes? You ever heard that before?
I haven't heard it like that, but I've seen a lot of examples and people talk about it.
All right, so I'm going to add something to that. I'm going to say, don't watch your heroes grow old.
Yeah, they said that. They said that.
I grew up a huge Big Daddy Kane fan. Oh my gosh. His fall off was so swift. Like it was like one day he was there, the next day he was gone. And I'm talking about like one of the premier lyricists when this thing started. And so but I say that about almost anybody. Like there's a such thing that you give credence and acknowledgement to a person's longevity at a particular thing, especially if they're really good at it. However, Father Time is undefeated, and this idea that you're going to do the same thing that you were doing as a teenager all the way through the existence of you, like that shit just doesn't fly. And we see it all the time with our so-called entertainment, music, and greats. Like we see it all the time. I just watched Gladiator 2, and I wasn't impressed by Denzel whatsoever. I mean, I love Denzel. Like I watch everything he does, and then this movie just wasn't it for me. You dig me? So like it gets to a point where it's time to like move on. It's not a bad thing when you say it's time to move on.
Yeah, man, I heard a lot of complaints about that Gladiator too. And of course, yeah, and I seen like with the sport I do, man, and watching a lot of fight sports, man, you see guys that's been in the game or even athletes like basketball, football, you see them get injured or you see them get, hawked up or clamped up by another athlete, youth athlete. You just see it, man. But sometimes you see guys that's, be in the game where the youth die young and they got so much experience where like it's taking them further and further each day. It's kind of mind blowing, like seeing veterans still doing their thing.
Yeah, because I don't really care what other people have to say about that, about Duke, but like I look at LeBron James the same way. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what? I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. His son came into the league, so he wanted to be there with with his boy, and that's a dope concept. You know, that you worked so hard and you were so good that you were able to parlay that into your son getting to the league. But him playing 39, 20 years, I don't know. I just think it gets to a point where it's too much, bro. It's just a lot.
Mm.
And then they gonna be talking about, man, my feet hurt. Retire, bitch ass nigga. Your feet won't be hurting.
Like, fuck is you talking
Damn,
about, bro?
my back hurt like a motherfucker, man. You know what I mean?
Fuck, go sit your ass down then. The fuck?
Yeah, let's see if his feet was tired in this shit. Pause.
So then Wayne comes out, right? So I was worried he was gonna forget the bars, the lines. He forgot the melodies of his own songs, right? Every song that he performed was this like choppy version of the song that I knew and loved, right? And even though he got bars, yo, I'm convinced this man punches in and punches out every bar. Performing and recording are two different things, right? And you would think that like it don't take that much to perform rap songs, but it does. It does.
Yeah, I'm at that point this year. I think that's another thing I'm going to add to this year is going to be know when to move on. Like, know when to cut your losses. I think it's. I'll put this question to the two of you and to the chat, right? One's in the chat if it's better to leave before they kick you out. Two's in the chat, or if it's better for you to stay as long as you can until they kick you out. What say y'all two?
Always have an exit plan. So you should never like wait to get booted to be out of something. But if you do and you need to have a plan before any of that. So I mean, of course, you can't always play for everything if you want to think like that, but still, you always want to make the best safety net you can for yourself. You might never know when you slip.
I mean, that's very wise. You know what I'm saying? And you should be like that for sure. But like in real life, you can't like say for instance you got family and people around you that's kind of like wanting you to do a certain thing, right? And then you can't, as a man, can't say, you know, I'm unhappy, let me leave, right? And this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, just in reference to, you know, if I'm unhappy in a relationship and I verbalize it, what does it mean? Right? Do it mean anything for real? And it really don't mean anything if you really just get down to the bare bones of it. Because happiness is an inside job that you can't project on your partner, man nor woman. So getting back to, you know, should you leave? Should you have a safety net? My thing is, at 40 years old, I just want to see how people play themselves. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna leave because there's no reason for me to leave if I make a commitment. But if that other person wants to leave, au revoir, bitch. You know what I mean? Ciao, ho. You know what I mean? Get the fuck up out of here if that's what you want to do. Like I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to text you. I'm not going back down memory lane. You know, you're gonna have a cold hard reality. I'm not spinning a block, none of that. You feel me? So it's like I play it like that.
Okay, I could dig that. But you know, You don't think that, because I'm talking about career. Like, I totally agree with you as far as a relationship, but I'm talking about like a career in reference to Wheezy, you know, or like
I mean, but
Tom
even in
Brady.
that, he should have. It's like if you get in a contract in the way that it goes, the longer you play, the more you get in store. You know, with Lil Wayne, and you talk about artists, any documentary, biopic you read about an artist, they gonna be like, yo, this nigga was really broke for real. You know what I mean? Like niggas don't be having money like that. So of course he gonna do it for the money.
That's a fact though, because he shit up until what was that 2017, 2018, he was still in a legal war with Birdman. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like when
Artists don't make no money.
yeah, yeah. So when you say it like that, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. You still going right now because you really, really broke for real. And you probably take care of so many people that the idea of walking away is almost like synonymous with telling those people that I ain't got it, or I can't take care of you no more, or you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. I totally see where you're coming from with that.
But then also like the fire, the flame is not there. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't put out a good song no more. It's over. So
Mm-hmm.
that just puts more burden on him in his career. Cause these artists they want to put out a song and it be a hit,
Yeah,
but they can't.
but they can't. Yeah, you're not gonna get 500,000 first week sales no more. You're not getting $1 million, a million sold for a single no more. Like you're not getting that no more. Hmm. Would you say it's better to be independent than corporate when it comes to the music game like that?
Man, that's a tough one because it's like I seen like rappers like I just watched this recent interview of 38 Special and Benny the Butcher,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there's been times where they've been on labels, right? And there's been times they did independent things. But
Mm-hmm.
like, the guys that was interviewing them was talking to them and asking, like, so like, was you planning this, going to a label, leaving, coming back, running up digits, using them, then leaving them, having terms, like, the way they planned that, I thought that was kind of smart, but like tricky in a way, because you
Mm-hmm.
gotta understand contracts, understand what you're really doing things for,
You
and
got
how
to
to
treat that
really,
thing really delicately.
yeah, because it's like, when you getting in beds and making deals with certain people, you got to be careful what you're signing up for or what you sign yourself into. But
Mm-hmm.
seeing a lot of artists that's independent and that's always done things and still find a way to make deals with labels and get themselves out there and
Mm-hmm.
be independent, I say it's a thing you should do, but it takes dedication, it takes real work.
Mm-hmm.
Because independent artists, at the end of the day, things are still smoke and mirrors. Might collect some bread, but you don't know if they really going through something.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah, because I think of Tech Nine, and I think of what's the boy name? Chance the Rapper. Now Tech Nine is still going, but I don't remember the last time Chance the Rapper put out any music. I could be wrong, but I know when he was at the height of his stuff, um, he was always on TV. I don't remember the last time I seen Chance the Rapper, but that could be by design. But I know Tech Nine had a very lengthy career still going on, and he went independent very early. Um, I know it didn't work for most artists that try to do it because a lot of the times they're doing it after they already went the corporate route. I know Dead Prez was successful, but they were more hood successful than national notoriety, so to speak. Yeah, it's very few and far in between. There's not too many artists that do well independently for a long time. Yeah, it's not. I can't think of that, man. I don't know. Maybe Hood knows some, but I can't.
I would say like with Dan Perez and Tech Nine, they real good at marketing their music. Like Stickman, he make
Mhm.
music now for like the workout for fitness.
Yeah,
Make
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Hood
workout
knows.
music. And then like Tech Nine, he marketed a certain aesthetic. So with anything, music is a business, it's a commodity that you can make money off of. And so many artists think that they talent is the key. And so they so talented they want to get signed by a label. And that label is an ancient tool to steal their soul. Right? They
Mhm.
don't even care about them. It's not gonna pay them or nothing. So it's like if independent for sure, but you got to understand the music business. La Russell is a good example of somebody that's independent and killing the game right now.
Mhm. Mhm. I know there was a female too that's killing it too. She's independent.
Yeah, because to even push your music and be independent, you gotta be on top of that, like taking advantage of the marketing, like for real.
But it's essentially what cutting out the middleman, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of things that they did, and I feel like that's something that's not really talked about enough. Like they talk about it, but they don't say exact things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
Like one thing they was talking about Benny and Spesh, they was like, you get around guys like us who been through the type of things you hear about, hear us rap about and stuff, and you know, you get around us and you expect us to put you on so quick, but all we can do is give you information,
Mhm.
and then you gonna have to use that information, did what we did, and get yourself up there.
Mhm.
Ain't no quick to the flash of this stuff. It looks like that, but it's not.
Yeah.
The only way it did because people had other outlets, if you get it, or they had labels and they had certain things they was doing to have that look,
Yeah.
to have that market, even to get your song on the radio.
Yeah. So like I think the difference from what you brothers are describing is independent is a lot more work, but it's not necessarily that it being a lot more work makes it harder. It's that it's a lot more work, but the royalties all come back to you as opposed to having to split that shit up in a seven-way pie. Because you go through the corporate joint, not only is you signing a blood contract, but they gonna spoon feed you. Like they're not breaking the bank for you. Like they're gonna give you a couple dollars here, they're gonna give you a couple dollars there, and they're not gonna tell you what they charging you for. So like you gotta do all of that shit to figure out what you gotta pay for studio time and what you gotta pay for distribution and all of these different things. And there's a lot of phantom charges that just pop up on nigga. Like you just like you get to the end and get your shit after you put your shit out. I'm like, damn, this all I got back. I mean, the first thing I think about is TLC and that fucking ragamuffin pebbles, like what they did, like to those girls. Like that's the first thing I think about.
It's every artist, bro. Every artist, they giving you a budget. And if you don't have a number one single that goes to the roof, you in debt to that label. You every artist is in debt. And every rollout where you thinking they got money and all of this, that's the label's money that they have to pay back. Most artists are in debt to their labels. You feel me? And maybe if they got like endorsement or something outside of the music, then they eating maybe. But a lot of times, most artists is not eating off of the music. So it's like if you independent and you have an audience or you can generate an audience, like I feel like artists should just niche down into like what Stickman do. If you make music about working out, make music about working out. If you make music about little kids playing ABCs, that's what like I think music is a business.
Mhm.
It don't matter. Like it's business, but then the major labels, they trying to get the little kids to go to jail and sip lean.
Mm.
That part of it, the Little Wayne aspect, the secret society,
Mhm.
CIA, what
Mhm.
we talking about, we're talking about the Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI.
And the
Little
prison.
Wayne is not a part. Yeah, he's not a musician. Drake is not a musician. Kendrick Lamar is not a musician. They
Your
are
homie,
agents.
and your homie Benny the Butcher and 38 Special, they agents, man. Like,
No,
They
for real though.
agents.
Big agents, big mask, big suit.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that I think once I found that out, and then remember a few years back, Hood, when we did the prisoner pipeline joint, like
The CIA joint
yeah,
went
like
deep into that.
when you think about all of that and you put it all together, you like, yo, this shit was all a game from the beginning. And the fact that so many people invested emotion and time into these so-called quote unquote stars, that's the nasty work. You know what I'm saying? Because you invest so much into, idolizing these people and, all of these different things. And then you find out like this shit was all a game from the beginning. Half these motherfuckers is not even that talented. And the reality is that they were put in front of you on purpose to get you to buy a particular thing, to get you to vote a particular way, so forth and so on. Like all of that shit goes hand in hand. Politics, CIA, Hollywood, the music industry, the prisoner pipeline system, all of them are connected.
Let's keep it a buck. This nigga is saying squabble up,
Yeah,
squabble up, squabble
yeah,
up,
bro.
squabble up. He's not talented. I don't care what you niggas say. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Get the fuck out of here.
That shit is nursery rhyme raps, bro. That shit is nursery rhyme raps. Like the average person could come up with that rap. It's just all the production and all of that shit that he has behind him, the machine. That's
The
the
bots.
that's the part that we can't do. But as far as the rapping, and he's not doing nothing special. He riding the wave right now. That's all he doing.
Plus,
That's
you
all
got
he
even
doing.
Ice Cube even getting on shows and getting to exposing all types of shit about this, especially when they try to kill his big three when he was trying to make that basketball league, and trying to really get NBA players in it. He was talking about that how they cut him off and talk about gatekeepers, talk about the CIA. So it's just this is nothing new. So it's like, especially if he exposing it, you already know what he on, what he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and that should be so systematic because it's like niggas like that only complain when they don't get their way.
Right.
Even when they complain, it's like they pulling their punches, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he not swinging all the way through. It's like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, nigga. Like if Ice
Yeah.
really wanted to swing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if he really wanted to swing, he in LA, bro. He could knock a pillar down of that shit. But he not really trying to swing, bro. Come on. He was around when the so-called quote unquote folks kill Easy E, bro. So he of course he knows. Of course he knows. Is it systematic that only him and Dr. Dre blew up from NWA? So, like the rest of them niggas, what happened to the rest of them? What happened to the DOC and MC Ren and DJ Yella and all of them? What happened to them?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we think about it, yeah, there's a reason why certain people were allowed to succeed. Key being allowed to succeed versus the ones that didn't. It's usually always a reason, and that reason has nothing to do with talent or work ethic or good music.
It's CIA, FBI, and drug enforcement agencies. Because you can Google this. I challenge anybody to Google this. In your city, in your state, they're private. Naomi want to get my quick chop it up. But real quick. Quick. In your city, in your state, there are private prisons. And those private prisons, y'all can look this up. Make sure you look this up before you start jamming to a hip hop song. In your state, that state has to fill up the prisons by a certain percentage, or the private prisons get to tax your state for whatever money they didn't promise to fill it up with the person. Because each person is a check to the private penitentiary.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So if they don't fill it up, so you damned if you do, damned if you don't. So the point of them arresting people and putting them in jail is because it's big money. And let's just imagine a world for black people. I need niggas to really sit with their thinking caps on this. Let's imagine a world of black children without hip hop.
That shit probably be peaceful as fuck, yo.
Imagine a bunch of black children listening to Beethoven and John Coltrane and practicing their musicianship.
You wouldn't hear no Swiss cheese jokes.
Bro, they would be vibrating so fucking high, bro.
You would hear no such thing. It would be no.
Now imagine what black children absorb themselves with in their iPods, in their headphones, in their fucking AirPods, what they're listening to on a daily basis. They're fucking listening to low vibrational music that's pumped into their ears by the CIA, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and the government at large. This is the same government that had your ancestors in chains and shackles, nigga. Like, this the same government that said, yeah, it's cool. Y'all got that. You think that shit stopped?
Word. They just dressed it up differently, bro.
They just had Ice Cube saying, I'm a nigga with an attitude. And all these niggas from the West Coast ruin hip hop. Let's call it what it is.
Ruined
with
it.
The gangster shit.
We were just talking about that serpent.
Huh?
We were just getting to that earlier.
Yep.
Between New York and West Coast.
Yep, niggas ruined that shit.
And then Kendrick Lamar talking about squabble up, squabble up, squabble up. Nigga, shut the fuck, like come on, man. Hold up, wait a minute. Like, come on, man.
If you listen
that's not hip hop, dog.
It's crazy because that message is counterintuitive to what it is that he says he's about. That shit is totally counterintuitive.
This nigga is 5G on steroids, talking about squabble up. You know how many times if you get on Twitter and you just scroll, you bound to go into a rabbit hole where it's nothing but black women fighting each other, young black women fighting each other.
Just go to World Star.
Go to thousands of black women fighting each other like it's some cool ass shit. And this nigga putting out a song called Squabble Up.
Word. That's the first fucking single to the video to the fucking album. That's crazy.
Squabble Up.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. This nigga is CIA, bro. Come on.
That's crazy.
I mean, hey, why you think he got that Super Bowl spot?
Because he's CIA.
Because he's CIA. And his handler is probably Jay-Z.
Why you think Wayne was start being like, come on, man, I've been in the game longer. yeah.
I'm
a longer agent. I don't see why I didn't get the mission.
yeah. If we want to keep it a buck, we know every time one of them balls go into the can, they come out different. It comes out. A clone comes out. Like that's not the person that went in there.
If you ever been to jail, how many niggas is Jay-Z fans in jail? I don't care what penitentiary. If you ever been to the penitentiary, niggas love Jay-Z, bro. Come on, man.
Everyone. Matter of fact, I'll put it to you like this. If they're not a Jay-Z fan, because they're a Tupac fan, and if those two motherfuckers talk for too long, they're going to end up fighting. Like, that's how real that shit is. Like, fist fights will break out when it was conversations about who's better, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas, or Tupac. Fist fights will break out. Like, niggas were ready to fight you over Tupac, Jay-Z, and Nas, and Biggie. That's got to be a spirit. But that's also, like he said, that's CIA, bro. That's the alphabet boys. This shit was systematic. It had to be. There's no way these niggas need to be rapping at 40 and 50, bro. That's crazy.
That's what blows my mind, because where's the money coming from still?
Bro, these niggas is on the Chitlin circuit doing like $500 shows and shit. Like I just saw not Coogee Rap. Rakim was on some tour or something. I'm just like, why, bro? You're like 60. How do you rap at 60? With gold chains and leather jackets at 60?
Niggas gotta make money, servant. Hard out here for a pimp.
But it's the same argument we have, bro. Like, you don't get to tell me at the same time that the only thing you could have did in the hood was sell drugs and rob niggas and shoot niggas. Like, you can't tell me that's the only way these niggas could make money.
Niggas could have meditated and became engineers, became authors, became physicists, all types of shit a nigga could do if they learn how to meditate and deal with their higher self. If you deal with your lower self, you're going to deal with, and I'm not using this in a sense where demonic or demons is bad, but I'm talking about an uncultivated force within you will have you crash the fuck out.
Facts.
And I know it's real because I experienced it. I was so bad, I knew I was going to prison.
Mm-hmm. So that was my.
I knew I was going to prison.
That was me 16 through 20. That was my demonic era. Like 16 through 20. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck. Like literally.
What type of shit is you on to the fact that you can't do nothing but put yourself in a position to go to the penitentiary?
Word.
You can't read a book. You can't you can't go to the library. You can't do nothing but put yourself in a position to go to jail. And I'm gonna just say this: the thing about it is that you go from hypnosis to the music to doing what the music is talking about doing. Because without it, you don't even think about selling drugs. When you're a little boy, you don't think about selling drugs. You think about being a fireman or some shit. When you become a teenager and you start listening to this shit and you listening to it all day, every day, you can be from the suburbs. You can have the single mom. You gonna find that crowd because the music is in your soul.
That's crazy.
Especially you chanting that shit all day.
You chanting, you doing mantras, bro.
When I brought my first gangster rap album, it was Niggas for Life, NWA. You know how old I was? I believe I was 13, bro. That's crazy that you said it like that. Because now it just looks so clear to me. It looks so clear to me. I was listening to NWA and Cool G Rap. And I wanted to do everything them niggas was talking about.
And you didn't even know it existed before the shit was even in the song. It wasn't in your neighborhood. Even if it was going in your neighborhood, you didn't know. You couldn't differentiate a crackhead from an upstanding citizen. It was just Miss Cheryl from the block. You didn't know what was going on, but the music, it gave you the battery to be whatever the music was talking about. And from that point, nigga, a generation of us, I've been to prison before, nigga. And I'm not even a prison type, nigga. I swear to God, I'm not, bro. I swear to God, I'm not a thug, bro. I'm not a thug at all. But the music made me think I could be. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
guys,
listened
especially
to it
watching
enough.
the shows too.
The TV shows, Belly and Juice and Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood.
Say that it was Menace for me. Menace was the one that had me treating crackheads like shit. No, New Jack City. New Jack City, I was treating crackheads like shit back in the day. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, you're right. There is a direct correlation from the music and the TV to what niggas actually ended up doing. You are absolutely right.
And then what
We
you
didn't
got,
grow up in LA, nigga. Come on now. Let's be for real.
We did it.
but but niggas was playing games that would make them feel like they was LA, GTA, Vice City, San Andreas. Like, come on, man.
That's a lot later, my nigga.
I
That's
know,
that.
but
That's that Gen X, that Gen Z.
oh,
That's that
thank
Gen
you.
Z right there.
I'm talking from my experience,
Yeah, that's that Gen
Mhm.
Z right there. That's that.
It's the same thing. That GTA is why niggas is on the shit though.
Mm-hmm.
The world that we live in today with niggas and ops and drill rap and all that, that's some GTA shit all day. Cause before that, niggas wasn't even on that type of time. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was rare for a nigga to just be dead, even if he was in a gang. Now, if you watch the news, them niggas is dropping like flies. These are the babies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They think this shit is GTA. But GTA, when you playing GTA, what's the main feature of the game?
you come back to life.
The music, nigga. When you in them whips, it's all different types of music that's fueling that experience.
I
And
thought
it been like that since Grand Theft Auto 2 for the PlayStation.
But
I
you know
thought
what? When
damn
you say
sure
it
you
like
was gonna
that,
talk about the extra life. I thought you was gonna say the extra life, but that's
Nah, the music is what make that game the game for real.
but when you say it like that, I get that because you know what's crazy? When you like go to a lot of songs on YouTube, like Ice Cube, you know how you do it, just some cool classic rap music songs or whatever. You're gonna see people comment like if you're not here from GTA.
Facts.
If you're here from GTA, you better not be talking good about this song. Like it be so
Facts.
many things, like especially like with TikTok and stuff. So it's just like a lot of things starting to get deteriorated because people keep trying to remix it and make dances to it. So it's just a whole bunch of
It
shit.
been like that since the first. I remember the music being one of the main things about that game that was like very trancing, like trance. Like it was just like I haven't played Grand Theft Auto since the second one where it was 2D. You know what I'm saying? That first one. It was not the first one, but the second one, Grand Theft Auto 2 for regular PlayStation. That
Mm.
shit was the world that they created now is just I like that's too much for me. Niggas be playing the Grand Theft Auto. They be living in Grand Theft Auto now. And they about to drop a whole new another one.
Mm-hmm.
And they about to incorporate the Bitcoin into it. Crazy shit going on with these games.
Bitcoin into a fucking game.
Yes, sir.
God damn.
What you mean, bro? You play video games. You know that shit is nothing but a money grab. You can't even put a game out without buying something extra with the shit.
Yeah, that's true, but
yeah.
thing is like what I'm thinking from is like the people that might take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I wonder what is gonna happen to us. So I want to study that. That's kind of blowing my
Yeah.
mind.
Look up the cryptocurrency in the video games. That's where the money is at.
Mm-hmm.
See chat, and I got something else to write in my journal.
Yeah, that shit crazy, yo. Oh, I mean, and it's even worse now, I think, for the Gen Zs because these niggas grew up with tablets and phones.
Yeah, these niggas is cooked, bro. They don't got no mental focus whatsoever. Hey, look up, not look it up, but when you in your free time, look up how motherfucking niggas be getting fired from their jobs because they fucking Gen Zs and niggas do not know how to take these niggas in the workforce whatsoever.
I was just reading about something day before yesterday. It was talking about the majority of the Gen Zs in the country are reading on a fucking fourth grade level.
Oh, that's a fact.
That's
Because everything
crazy.
is spelled, everything is autocorrect. And
That
you know
shit.
what I mean?
You said them niggas is getting abbreviations wrong.
Shit is fucked up, bro. Shit
Yeah,
is fucked up.
it's like being in math class and having a calculator. Then your teacher say no calculator. You cooked. Most people are cooked. Most people cannot divide.
Give me your phone too, Jerome. You ain't gonna use the calculator on your phone.
Man, and then the thing is, the equations that you get, your phone can't even keep up. You gonna have to pull your phone out
Word.
and try to
You
take a
ain't gonna be
picture.
able to type that fast with one finger. Like,
Man,
And then there's some niggas that's graduating college with a graduate from Chat GPT, nigga. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
fucked up all the
yeah.
way around.
Say that. Yup. Say that. Say that. That's
Every semester, it's millions of children that's graduating from college, all thanks to Chat GPT. They don't know shit. It'll
yep.
be a fucking doctor 5 years from now operating on your dumb ass with a degree from Chat GPT.
That is nasty work, son. That is nasty work, son. You better get into this spiritual game so you can learn how to heal yourself. I swear to God.
Man,
That's
getting a surgery from a nigga that got a degree from Chat GPT is just
it's crazy.
ooh,
Yo.
man, when we cook,
Niggas just chat GPT their way all the way through. That's crazy.
man, that shit is intuitive.
niggas using Chat GPT like mirror, mirror.
Nigga, write me an essay, but make sure that my professor don't know that I'm right. I'm using ChatGPT. Make it seem like I'm writing this bitch.
That boy say, humanizer.
Man, I want it formatted for a college professor, MLA. I want all research from the database, nigga. You turn in some pristine shit. Niggas like, man, I can't do nothing but give you an A plus, bitch. Like,
Word. Word. I can't hold you. I know some people in the workforce that do that shit with all of their important paperwork. And he's like, yo, I got Chat GPT on my computer. But
like, all right, we need these reports by the fourth. All right, yeah, it's done already.
yep,
Nigga, I just it's the fucking 31st. Yeah, I'm done.
yeah, I'm done.
How you get done so fast? Chat GPT.
Like I had some free time during my day off. The fuck?
The thing is, it's like people learn how to get so creative with Chat GPT. It's like half of that stuff you could have just learned how to do.
Word. Word. Like the time is gonna take you to figure out how to work Chat GPT. You might as well do that shit yourself. I swear for God. Like you end up gaining another motherfucking trait that is sellable within the fucking marketplace. I'm telling you. I mean, ChatGPT absolutely has its benefits, but it can't be the end all be all. It can't be. You gotta add some life to your shit.
Nigga, this AI shit about to get crazy.
Yeah, I'm watching these guard dogs, bro. I'm watching them guard dogs, and I think that I'm not sure if that's like the
AI,
yeah,
AI, cryptocurrency. Come on, man.
it's all
Personal
connected.
assistance.
It's all
Come
connected. I
on,
think that's
man.
the next show, big bro. It's all connected because I just seen some shit that Elon Musk posted. I think I put it in the chat last night. I think I put it in the ideas chat. Holy shit. This motherfucker had, I want to say, a football field. He had a football field full of drones.
Oh
And
yeah, I seen that shit.
and he said, you know, people talking about building something. He was making jokes, basically sending jabs at niggas. He pressed the button, and all of these joints flew up in the air together and formed like Voltron. It was like a million of these shits, bro. Bro. Telling
And a
you,
nigga sitting back with a remote control, like kill this
full
nigga right quick.
control, bro. That shit went up and touched the firmament. These niggas is flying around the firmament, making little X's and what, bro. LA already got they self-driving cars, they self-driving cabs. They just opened up they self operating restaurants, bro.
But it's like, nigga, fuck this shit. Why did Michael Saylor buy $5 billion worth of Bitcoin yesterday?
Yeah. Why?
55,000 Bitcoin. And we talk about not us, but in general, the world is like Kendrick versus Lil Wayne, Kendrick versus Drake. Like, nigga, fuck that shit, man. Let's get on this Bitcoin shit. Cause why is nigga spending 5.5 million and you can't get a nigga to spend $1?
That's
It's something
crazy.
you gotta actually think about for real.
That's crazy.
But this really on Monday morning, this nigga got $5 billion in credit and bought Bitcoin. Like this nigga got mad Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like some niggas, they don't even want to talk about it. But they, if you want to sit down and talk about, you know, whatever, they all ears. Bitcoin, they think it's a scam.
Yeah, you
But my thing is this, yo, money ain't a scam.
Word. You're gonna have to make that make sense.
They printing that shit or in New York City, and it's not a scam. They could print it and give it to their nephews and nieces, and you working on your hands and feet for
Bro.
tools and fuels, and you not being scammed.
The Pentagon, think about this. The Pentagon did it again, right? These niggas literally just said they can't account for $824 billion from their annual budget. Listen, we've heard this a million times before, right? But can you imagine telling your boss you misplaced $800 billion and still have a job the next day? You're gonna have to tell me how your cash is not a scam. You're gonna have to explain that to me.
If niggas can have 800 billion and lose it, I'm telling you, a large percentage of that money went into Bitcoin so these niggas could go ride off in the sunset. They already got yachts in Italy. You know, they already got what they what they need to have. But see, what's happening is they converting all of the cash into Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So when the dollar collapsed, they're gonna be like, shit, behind is the word, bro. And it is the saddest thing in the world that's taking place right now.
Yep. Wow. We are so behind. So behind.
Yeah, this is something to take note on, like real talk.
Like honestly, like BlackRock owns most of America through Bitcoin.
And they own billions of dollars within Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Through Bitcoin, they brought most of America through fucking Bitcoin. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Financially, we can't have no real conversation with niggas because we don't even understand what money is. We don't even understand what it is.
It took so long for me to figure out that the shit was a trust system, and you just ain't a part of the trust.
You're not a part of the trust, and you're a part of the trust, but your mom sold you out of the trust by giving you a social security number and a birth certificate. She applied for that. That's the application.
That's crazy, yo.
How-
Yeah, I didn't, didn't mean for this shit to turn like doom and gloom, but this is real shit because we gotta have these conversations. We need to have more of these
Oh,
conversations.
that's the moon in Virgo.
Yeah, we need to have more of these conversations than relationship talk.
Being
There is no
practical.
reason why niggas need to be talking about relationships all day, every day. Like
Man, that ain't gonna do nothing.
that shit is weird as fuck to me.
Y'all always worry about getting your dick wet, like, bro.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, I don't listen, man. I don't. I've never. I don't understand the overwhelming infatuation with just having sex, bro. Like, I don't understand it because if you've gotten it before, like that can't be the only thing that you want, bro. That can't be. That can't be. Sex for a broke nigga is not fun. I promise you. I promise you. Sex for a nigga who gotta wait for his paycheck to pay his bills is not fun. I promise you.
Man, it's like that. It's like that one meme when they say your girl just got done yelling at you. She tried to get close to you, and then dude shove her face against. It's like, nah, get away from me. I ain't focused on that. It's like, how can I lay up?
You know how some niggas like to get finished and roll over and cuddle? Like as soon as I get finished, nigga, I'm thinking about my money. Like I'm very fucking serious. I'm like, how much did I spend today? What we got going on tomorrow? What's coming in? You know, like I'm thinking about that, bro. Like cuddle, shit, got me fucked up. Yeah, it's weird, bro. Because the only thing I'm seeing on my algorithm is relationships. Damn, I'm so mad Donald Trump won. Damn, I'm done with black people. I'm moving to another country. I'm done with black men. I'm moving to another country. And this dumbass Kendrick and Drake and Lil Wayne shit. Like, these is niggas that I probably would have beat up in school. Like, honestly, like I would have beat at least two of them niggas up in school. Like, oh, I can't stand you. You know how niggas just got a punchable face? Like, you got a real punchable face. Like, them niggas got punchable faces, man.
Man, my thing is like at a certain point, you gonna see how people that don't got no purpose, like or no mission, like men, they like look at their relationship as a big source of pleasure.
Oh man,
a big source.
say it ain't so.
No focus. Sheet of pedestal. No dream and focus.
Well, on another weird note, Alex Jones just said this is the end of the world alert. Biden administration is proposing to transfer nuclear weapons to Ukraine to be used against Russia. Well, that's wonderful. That's just wonderful. Biden, like, I'm gonna blow this bitch up before I go. I keep talking about my son getting high and shit. Like, you know, yeah, that nigga fuck around and press the button by mistake. Like, I'm laughing because I don't want to be serious about this shit. This shit is for real though, bro.
Remember, man, laughter is it's tricking the universe. So our psychonauts gotta remember that.
I think we need to do some stomps. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna put it in the Discord. Can you put it up on the screen real quick, AG?
Yep.
All right, I'm putting it in the matins. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. Yeah, he said, meanwhile, some idiots are still building manned fighter jets like the F-35. Look at that shit, bro. Don't play, dog. Don't play.
You said what?
Bro.
You know what that remind me of?
Terminator.
No, actually, no. Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
You remember when he was fighting Mysterio
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
and
remember
they
that
showed
one.
all them drones?
Yeah, that was my. I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that.
Jake Gyllenhaal. That's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. Yep, that was
Mhm.
my favorite one.
Yeah, like that right there. Those drones right there remind me of how they can even show graphic imaging, make certain things happen. You'll think the whole tower fell, and like how he did with the whole Paris thing, crashing into the building. So that was a fire movie.
Yeah, man. Shit is getting spooky.
So and make sure you tap into the book John D. and Empire of Angels. Jason Love was actually talking to a piece in Revelations about drones and things of that nature.
Yeah, I'm so far on. Elon Musk is motherfucking um. What's the ball that Trump and them took the stuff from? The scientist. What's his name?
Tesla.
Tesla. Elon Musk is Tesla, bro. I'm sticking to that. Oh, we almost been on here 2 hours. I know y'all brothers got shit to do. I gotta clean up this house before I get out of here.
No, it's all good. Let's go ahead and close. That was a fire show. Really impactful. I appreciate everybody tuning in with the initiates. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and join the Discord. Join the Discord. And of course, check out the Substack. We got some fire heat coming on there. And it's always popping. Check out the recent articles. Tantra, more to come. Especially check out the books that the brothers are dropping. They ain't letting up. Folks on the gas. So let's go.
Resort. 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 Wake up. Put your bed.
All right, Dark Sacred Serpent. Initiates of the Flame Substack, like he said. Websites will be up in the next 48 hours. Journey to the Being is available on Amazon.com. And the paperbacks are on the way. So looking forward to that, really. And yeah, we hope to tap in with you guys probably tomorrow. We may be doing this from TikTok. We'll let y'all know.
Type shit, man. Hoodmystic.com, ColumbianExchange.com, WhiteRabbitSite.com. Appreciate y'all. We'll definitely see y'all tomorrow on TikTok talking that sense.
Ashe. Peace and love.